Hi, this is Warrior Forgot 13. I hope everybody's doing okay. Needed to make this video because of the urgency of the situation here in California. This is for the people that still think nothing's going on, so that you can get your head out of your you-know-what. I'm not trying to wake you up. I'm trying to show you how zombified you are. The majority of this information really isn't for you. It is so that you can say, wow, we were stupid. And the conspiracy theorists were right. But this video is mainly for the people out there that are going to do something about it in the very near future, as something will be needed to be done about it. And I'm not talking about protesting anymore. And I'm not talking about, I don't want you to write your congressman. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to go to City Hall and talk to them because they're not going to listen. I want you to prepare yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually for the war between good and evil that is about to hit us. Now, I'm going somewhere with this. You need to be ready because they are screaming it at us. This is about to happen. We're about to do it to you. And you can't do anything about it to stop it, only to exist in it. Now, I told you how they arrested me and confiscated my weaponry, and they are doing gun sweeps here in California. I love debunking the debunkers. I love debunking the naysayers. Oh, no, nothing's going on. I work for the system, and how could the system be doing this? No, I would know right away. And you know who I'm talking to here? You that deem yourself smarter, the degree people. Oh, I've got a degree, I'm smarter than you, and I know, trust me, and they would never do this. Oh, no? Well, they're doing it. As of the end of this month, which is in a couple of days, all long rifles must be registered in California. Now, it is a proven fact that registration leads to confiscation. Ask England and Australia if that's not the truth. And I'm talking to the naysayers here who say, oh no, I know a lot of people who, and they would never go for that. They're doing it. They're just following orders and they're doing it. They did it to me and they're doing it to a lot of other people. Cops are getting away with murder. The 7 cops that killed the handicapped guy in Fullerton got off. They are telling you, we are becoming a police state. We are going to impose rule. And we are calling your bluff to do anything about it. Now, I love debunking the debunkers and the naysayers that say, you're crazy, you're insane, nothing's happening. And I'm going somewhere with this. The reason I made this video is because they're lying to us and telling us that there is a drought nationwide, but here in California. They need California, as I said, because it is the number 8 economy and it can sustain the western states' bid to secede. They need California. So they are de-arming us, and they're going to shut off our power. They're going to shut off our food, and they're going to shut off our water, and this is fact. Now, what's going to happen? What would happen if, where you live, the water ceased to exist? Or not ceased to exist, but the municipal water companies stopped giving you water. The preppers out there, I believe, will be ready for this, as I am. I have water filters, and I can drink out of the stream, and I can drink out of a puddle, and I'll drink out of the toilet if I need to. My filter filters water to 2.2 microns and all of that. Now, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to make a couple of videos coming up. The next video I make is going to be on the symbology, the satanic symbology, and how they use the media, the entertainment, music, and media industry to satanize you. And I'm not going to get into it in this video because this is an urgent matter to show you that we are progressing to the point where this game is about to go. It's already going. I'm talking about the lead is about to start flying. What would happen if the water stopped being offered to you by the municipal powers where you live? 90% of the people wouldn't know what to do because they get their water from bottled water companies. They get their water from tap water. And they wouldn't know what to do. And therefore, they would succumb to whatever rule the powers that be would impose on them as long as they could get water again, which is exactly what they're trying to do here in California. We got a report on the news, on the mainstream media. So you know that if the Rockefeller media is telling you, then it must be true, because the dumbasses out there, the ones in the box, if the box doesn't tell you, then it isn't so. Well, now the box is telling you. We got a report. 17 districts in California are reporting that they are going to shut water off. I'm not saying that they might. I'm not saying that they're thinking about it. I'm saying that they're going to shut water off. Some of them as soon as maybe 2 weeks, this at the end of this month or whatever. Some of them a little down the road, but they're going to shut off the water. They're telling us we're running out of water. There's a drought, and Folsom Lake is going dry, and all that bullshit. 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 And this is why I'm making this video. They're trying to bluff us into their rule. They came and disarmed us. Now they're going to shut off our water. And when we try to do something about it, we won't be able to do anything about it because we're unarmed. That's their idea. And this is for the dumb asses that work for the municipal powers. Whether you're a cop, the gas man, the mailman, a fireman, anybody, you dumb ass, you were used to go against your people. You were used as a tool of Satan to satanize the population and to work on the rule of Satan. They're going to shut off our water. When the water gets shut off, guess what? The farmers won't have water to farm. So then therefore they kill two birds with one stone. They not only kill our water, they kill our food. They're going to shut off our water. And what do you think is going to happen out there when people can't get water? You wanted chaos, you wanted riots, you wanted, well, here you go. Very conveniently, this is how they're going to do it. Now, they disarmed us before they did this to us so that they think, oh yeah, we'll shut the water off, we'll call martial law, and then they'll do exactly as they are told. Because if you remember, George Bush signed executive orders into FEMA that in a state of emergency, which they've called here, and I'll explain to you why. In a state of emergency, all water becomes federal property. Even rainwater, even the water you collect out of a bucket when it rains, becomes federal property. Those are real executive orders, and I'm going to put them down below in a link so that you can see them, especially you municipal workers that deem yourself more smarter than everybody. They're going to shut off our water. They're going to wait for chaos to ensue, and then they're going to call martial law and kill two birds with one stone. You're unarmed, according to them, because as the ATF agent said at my court, we've gone on over 100 raids, and that's just him confiscating guns and what have you. So this lead game is coming, whether you want. Wrap your mind around it. The naysayers, wrap your mind around it. I'm going to put the links below to the mainstream media so that you can see, because that's the only thing you seem to believe. They're already reporting it. 17 districts so far, more to come, have said, we're going to run out of water, and we're going to shut the water off. And then guess what's going to happen? Booyah! Nice and smooth martial law. You better stock up on water. You better get your head out of your you-know-what, because you've been having it in the wrong place. Now, let me show you why this is bullshit. They're lying to us. They're telling us we're in a drought. Folsom Lake is drying up, and we're in a drought, and there's already water police here in Sacramento. I've said that in the last video. You're going to get a ticket. You're allowed to water your lawn 5 minutes for 1 day a week. 5 minutes. And if they see that you're doing it longer, then they're going to give you a $1,000 fine for now. But when the water is officially cut off, all water belongs to the federal government. And if you have water that you have housed, or if you use water, you are in federal violation, and that is a federal offense, and you can get federally arrested if you let yourself. Especially you municipal workers and cops that came to take my guns and all of that. That will include you. You will be in federal violation. See how it works? They pulled a wedgie over your head. You did the work for them, and they don't care about you either, dumbasses. They don't care about you. Now, let me tell you why this is bullshit. This is bullshit because, and here's, I hope I get naysayers, because you're going to get smoked right out of the water. They have the power to make it rain whenever they want to make it rain. So all of this bullshit about drought and all that is bullshit. Well, what? You're insane. You're crazy. Really? There is a top secret operation that took place during the Vietnam War. They had the power since way back then. Wake up. Especially you, degree sheep, and you municipal workers, cops, and city workers out there. Think yourself smarter because you work for them. There was a top secret operation called Operation Popeye. I'm going to put the links below to 2 videos. One of them that's an official, one of the men that worked for the government. It's called seeding clouds. And what they used to do is they used to make it rain. They used to seed the clouds on the Ho Chi Minh Trail and used to make it rain to flood the waterways, to flood the trail, to make it harder for the North Vietnamese, the Viet Cong, and what have you, to travel down that trail to fight in the South. These are official and declassified notifications by the government. Yes, they have the ability to make it rain whenever they want to make it rain. So they could make it rain on the Ho Chi Minh Trail and the Viet Cong. Why can't they make it rain here for us to get water? Because they don't want to. Because the whole game is about depopulation, about killing you and me. And you too, you dumb sheep, especially the degree sheep. The degree sheep that are in that box that educated them. And if the box doesn't say it, then it isn't so. You are going to find out that you're some of the dumbest people that ever walked on the face of this earth. I was reading a commentary the other day on this, and somebody said, it occurred to me that the more education you get from the box, the bigger the degree of brainwashing and sheepling you acquire over the years, because you deem yourself smarter because I'm going to university and I got a degree, and if they don't say it there, then it must not be so. The joke's on you. You've been duped and you paid for it. Oh man, I love arguing with degree people and making them look stupider and stupider the more they talk. Because it just shows the extent of the stupidity that they've been embroiled in. They can make it rain whenever they want. They used to make it rain on the Ho Chi Minh Trail. The videos are going to be below. One of them by the man that developed the Popeye operation for them. He's the one that developed the scientific way to make it rain. And another one just notifying you that they did use this. Now, people say, well, you know, that's pretty crazy. We've been telling you about HAARP. Katrina was a man-made event. Sichuan earthquake was a man-made event. The Chilean earthquake was a man-made event. Fukushima was a man-made event. It's all a man-made event. For years, and I'm going to put the pictures below, the government of the United States denied that there was a HAARP project. Now, HAARP is the brainchild of one Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla developed, he's going to go down again, I say this over and over, but it's true, as one of the greatest heroes that the world has rarely known. Why? The Illuminati, aka the powers that be, did him in because he was a threat to them. When he invented AC current, which beat out Thomas bullshit Illuminati Edison's DC current, and he invented the lights and all of that stuff before Edison ever did, he said, I'm going to give free power to the earth, to the world. This is going to be the world's, this invention is for the world. He developed the Tesla coil. Several of the inventions are his that you use today, but he was stymied by the Illuminati, by J.P. Morgan and Thomas Edison, who are big-time Illuminati. And if that doesn't prove it to you, then you're a moron, especially you degree morons. He was duped by them. And that's why you don't hear about him. But he invented something called the death ray, which is what HAARP is derived from. In 1942, during World War II, Nikola Tesla died in his apartment in New York. J. Edgar Hoover of the FBI enters that apartment and confiscates all of the files that he had been working on. Why? He's a nutcase. He was broken. Who cares about him? because his work meant something. And in those files were the workings for the death ray, which is the modern day HARP project. United States of America, the night there was a HARP project, forever. Two hikers in 1998 stumbled across in the middle of nowhere in Alaska, and they started beaming pictures over the internet, and enough to where the United States couldn't deny it anymore, and even had to admit that there are 7 HARP facilities around the world. They have one in Russia, there's one in Alaska, which is ours, Australia, Norway, Peru, and several others. We saw the Norway HARP facility in full action in 2009 when they shocked and stunned the world with the Norway spiral. I'm going to put the video below to the Norway spiral, and I'm going to put the pictures. And the governments immediately rushed to tell us that it was a missile test. No, it clearly shows that the Norway spiral went into action and opened a portal in our atmosphere, in our dimension, in I don't know what. But if you look, and if you've seen the other video that I posted, the Russian documentary, the Nazi UFOs, it says how they had a weapon that could open portals. They had a weapon that could open portals, and the UFOs could swing back and forth between dimensions. Now, if you look at the Norway spiral, to me, it's clearly evident that they opened a portal of something, of somehow. But they tried to get it dismissed as a missile launch. And some of the stupid idiots thought it was a missile. There's no way that's a missile. You're going to see the video and see for yourself. That is the Norway spiral out of the Norway HARP facility in full action in 2009. Now, this thing can cause earthquakes. It can cause rain whenever they want. Katrina was a man-made event that caused that hurricane. So if they can make it rain in Vietnam with ancient technology, what do you think they can do with the technology they have today like HARP? They could make it rain for days if they wanted to. There is no drought. There's depopulation. Get it through your heads. And I'm talking to not the good patriots that are listening and are actually doing or going to do something about it very soon, because we are going to have to do something about it very soon, or less we get exterminated. Get it through your heads. I'm talking to the cops that are still working for them and thinking you're making a difference. Thinking that you're actually doing good by following illegal, unconstitutional orders. I'm talking to the municipal workers that work for them that think nothing's going on because they've got a job and are getting paid by them. Guess what? Just like the Jews of World War II, they picked out several of them. Those several ushered all the thousands of other Jews like sheep into the slaughter, and then in turn they were slaughtered. You are going to go too. You're not part of the club. You're not Illuminati. They're not going to have a spot for you and your family, you morons. Get it through your head. They're going to cut off our water. 17 districts already said so. They're going to let us starve, let us get thirsty, and then guess what's going to happen? Riots and chaos. They've unarmed us by confiscating our weapons here in California. They need this to happen in California because they need to call martial law so they can fully control it, so that California could never sustain the Western states' bid to secede when the time comes, because it's coming. And I'm talking to my fellow Californians, and especially if you live here in Sacramento, you know, because the news is all over the place on this. We're going to shut off your water. Start housing water. Get yourselves water filters. In the next video, I'm going to make 2 videos. I'm going to make one on the symbology of all the Satanism that's happening. And I've been asked by a lot of people to make one on the basic preps that I've got. I'm not going to show you my military preps that I use for my crew, but I'm going to show you basic preps to the extent that I can show you, because I'm not going to give my adversary any notification of anything. You guys got to get ready. You guys got to listen up. Nikola Tesla developed the HARP project. These people have perfected it. They can make it rain. They can make earthquakes. It is a proven fact. Nikola Tesla used a machine that was derived to this to create earthquakes in 1899, 1898 in Manhattan. It's a well-documented event. 4 square blocks received an earthquake by his machine. The United States government confiscates all the files And you mean to tell me that they're not going to do anything with it? They are. They have. And they claimed it was for the good of mankind, blah, 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 blah. And they're doing this to us. It can open up portals. It can open up holes in the ionosphere. I'm going to put pictures below where you can see how it manipulates the clouds. One of them's got a vortex coming through it. The creator, when Jesse Ventura came on Conspiracy Theory and did the Heart Project episode, he went to the facility, and with his top secret clearance, they didn't want to let him in. But he kept on snooping around, and he found the son of the developer of the modern day Heart Project, that he derived all the workings from Nikola Tesla, and the son said that he had regretted ever building it for the United States government because they're not using it for good. They're not using it for good. And he said it himself. It can cause nuclear type explosions without the explosion. It pulls like a rubber band the ionosphere, and it lets it go, and all that air, boom, can wipe out a whole city. This is what they have in store for us. It is not fiction. It is real. The pictures are there. The videos don't lie. I'm not talking to the sheep. I don't care. I'm not in the business of waking you up anymore. It's not for you. I'm talking to the people that are still on the fence, or the good people that have come over but don't know everything yet. Stop writing your congressmen. Stop voting. Stop protesting. Get yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually ready, because the lead's about to start flying, and I don't give a damn who likes it and who doesn't. You cops out there taking the guns from the citizens, we're going to remember that real soon. You will not want to be known as a police officer in those days. You will not want to be known as one of them, because the wrath of the Lord will come and exert justice on you, and we are not going to take I was just following orders. What am I supposed to do with my job? Grow a pair and stand up. You swore an oath to the Constitution to defend the Constitution, and you're breaking the rules illegally because you deem that you are allowed to because of the badge on your chest. No, we will take everything into account, and you will pay the price. You will pay the price of justice for the illegal orders that you have followed. You better do what's right. People out there, start getting ready. Put water away, put food away. The next video I'm going to have a short how my 3-day assault pack is packed. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to pack it like that. It can give you ideas to what you can do. Remember, we pack for combat. So people, bug out back. I'm not going to bullshit anymore and buttercup it. Everybody in the crew has this backpack. And we packed for a 3-day assault, meaning being away from our rally points for 3 days, fighting the enemy. That's what I said, fighting the enemy. I'm not going to go for a humanitarian operation. I'm not going to go. You came illegally and you took my firearms. Don't worry. Good Americans will acquire more for me. I'm sure they will. There's plenty more where that came from. We equip for combat. Everybody in this crew. And we will exert combat on you and exert justice until you realize that you have done wrong to the American people and to the average citizen, and you have been satanized. And until you recognize that, we will deal with you accordingly, as I would have that day had you not lied to me. I don't care how you take this. I don't give a damn if I am in a case with you in a court of law, which is a 3-ring circus as we know it, that's all designed to just make me fail. Well, no, that's not going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. The days that we have talked about since I started making videos, and even before, people around me are terrified. My wife, everybody, and I told them, did you think these days would never come? Did you really think I was just doing this for entertainment purposes? Did you think I've been training since the mid-80s for entertainment purposes? Do you think that people came? Our group is over 200 deep because nothing's going on? No, ladies and gentlemen, we knew these days were coming. These days are here, and you must get ready to act accordingly. Period. End of discussion. End of whatever you think. Get doubts out of your mind. You can't reason with it. You can't talk to it. You can't make deals. Like Mark Carnegie said of the Michigan Militia of Liberty Tree Radio, there are no deals with the devil. You can't make a deal with the devil. All the devil knows is a smack in the freaking mouth, and that's all he understands. He doesn't understand. He's not a nice thing. He wants to devour you and send you to hell. The only thing he understands is the sword. The sword that the Lord put in your hand that they are forcing you to use. Somebody said, if you're into God, why do you talk about death and fighting and combat? Because they are forcing the hand of the sword. Do you actually believe that I woke up one day and said, yeah, I just want to fight and kill? No, I didn't. I saw things progress to the point where we're at right now, where they're offering us no other choice. Either you fight and try to live, or just sit back like the Jews did in World War II and let us exterminate you. And let us put bleachers up. And like I said, I saw a movie where this man is walking his little child and he's rubbing his face and comforting them right before they get machine gunned. I'm going to be a monkey's uncle. I'm going to be a monkey's uncle. If you, because you think you're a cop or an FBI agent or a CIA agent or an ATF agent or any fucking agent of this fucking satanic government, thinking that because you're wearing that badge, I'm just going to walk into a line and let you exterminate me and my children? I know you can see my eyes. I will exterminate you until you exterminate me. I'm going to say that again and with no fear out of these eyes. My job is to exterminate you until you exterminate me. And I know where you all are at already. I know where you're all at already. You lost before you began. And this is for the dumbass naysayers and the dumbass municipal workers that work for the city and the trolls. And I will never walk into a line where there's a truck waiting to take me and my children to a camp of no return, and those camps exist. No. I'm not going to comfort my son and tell him just die with honor. No. I'm going to die in this. I'm pretty sure of it. But so are you until I die. So are you. I guarantee you. This is not a wrestling match chant. This is not a whatever. You are coming to take the smile off the face of my babies. You better be prepared to incur the wrath that you've never ever incurred before, that you never thought was possible. Because we are going to get medieval on you, like they said in Pulp Fiction. And with pleasure, with extreme prejudice. Because we no longer like you. We hate you. We know what you're about. And you're giving us no other choice but to do this to you. You're not of the people, by the people, and for the people anymore. You're of a satanic nature working for the other side, and you must be eliminated with extreme prejudice. And you know who I'm talking to. I don't give a damn if this is on video. I don't give a damn what you think. You're leaving us no other choice but to act, and act. We will. We have been preparing. I can't wait. We've been preparing for this forever. And you must stop and desist and think to yourself. If you believe in God and you're working for the other side, think to yourself, what am I doing? Am I righteous in this cause to exterminate my fellow man? No, you're not. But we will be righteous in our cause to exterminate you. And I will exterminate you until you exterminate me. And that's a promise. Like my friend Badfinger, who they took down his channel for speaking the truth, said. You can take that to the bank. How do you like them apples? We will exterminate you until you exterminate us. And my daughter asked, very scared, Daddy, do you think that you are going to die? And I told her, yeah, I do. But like the forefathers said, give me freedom or give me death. But I also told her, I love you so much that I would die 1,000 times. Each time with a smile on my face. I will die that you will live. I will die that you will live. And they will die too, trying to make you not live. I don't have to guarantee, promise. That is a fact. You're coming to take the smile from my children. You are going to deny them the God-given things that God gave man to this earth, water and food. The water and food are the world's, not the corporations. And the Lord will come back and make things righteous one day. And you will know there is a God. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. This is not for entertainment purposes. Don't worry about what's happening in the Grammys and the fucking playoffs. Get yourself ready. I'm going to show you how you can physically prepare in the next video. Until then, hail Holy Jesus. Hail King of Kings. True God from true God. Take that to the bank, Duck Dynasty haters. True God from true God, Jesus Christ. Holy Jesus. Long live this republic. I'll catch you on the next video.